This book right here genuinely changed the way that I thought about life entirely. So here are my 10 key takeaways from the book. The first thing is that belief is foundation. So not hope. If you truly believe something's going to happen, it's just a matter of creating steps in place to get you to that position where you are going to achieve that goal. The more that you believe something and the more that you actually take action to achieve that goal, the more that actually things become more crystal clear how you can get to that goal easier. If you're hoping for something, it's almost like it's a fantasy. I've found that as soon as you start believing in something, things just start appearing. It comes to the law of attraction that like you just see things a lot differently. The second thing is action cures fear. So when it comes to anything in your life that you're scared about, just go out and do it. I held a spider. Now when I'm ever worried about anything, I realize that fear is not real. The fear that we actually romanticize is more about what is going on in your head, what the outcome that you think is going to happen. Actually doing the thing that you're scared of, you realize is actually probably not that scary and is literally the only way forward. Even if that's for me, just like calling a brand up and asking, for a sponsorship or something. It's like, I'm actually scared of what they're going to say on the other end, even though I haven't even spoke to them yet. So as soon as I call them, at least it pushed me into a direction where they're like, oh, okay, yes, we can work with this. Or no, you're so out of your depth. And then in that case, I'll have to work out a solution to push myself back into that depth. Versus if I didn't actually call them up, I had all these solutions in my head. Oh no, they're going to say no. I haven't even called them yet. So actually doing the thing is going to cure the fear, and it's actually going to push you forward in the direction that you want to go. The third thing is about association. You're the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Everyone knows this, but it's hard to put it in place. I'm now surrounding myself with more of a successful group of people, a mentorship group that I'm doing, and it has ultimately just changed my belief on the way that I view life and my decisions that I make. You actually want to become the most uneducated person in the room because it means that everyone around you is better and you have to almost rise to that level. I mean, humans are tribal species. So if one person is not as successful as the others, they're going to feel inclined that they need to do more to become successful. And the same thing goes for the other way. If you're hanging around with a bunch of people which are degenerates and you are the odd one out, you are going to want to become more of a degenerate and become more a part of the tribe. Everyone knows this, right? That association is going to dictate the way how successful you are. It's just a matter of, are you actually just going to say that, or are you going to put it in place? And the fourth thing is developing a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is when you're told, oh, you're so smart. And what that means is in your head, usually from birth as a kid, if you're told you're so smart, you're so athletic, you actually don't take as much risks because your dopamine comes back from, if I'm not that athletic, or if I try something different which doesn't make me that athletic or that smart, then I'm not going to get the praise. So you're more psychologically more inclined to not make as much risks, take as much risks, versus a growth mindset of, I am athletic because I train 5 times a week. So what that means is when you train 6 times a week, you get that dopamine spike of, I've trained 6 times a week, therefore my results are going to be better. And the fifth thing is about accountability. So for me, I write down every single day points from my book that I read and points from my audio that I listen to, and then I also self-evaluate, did I move towards achieving my goal by writing down all the productive things that I've done and the unproductive things that I've done. From the unproductive things, how could I do those less, or how could I make them more productive? And not letting yourself just go, oh yeah, I did all right. Yeah, I did this, I did that. Did I actually do the things that I set out to do for today, which is going to help me achieve my goal, or did I not? And if I didn't, how can I make them more productive so that I can achieve my goal faster? The sixth thing is about sacrifice. So at the end of the day, being successful is going to be hard in whatever field that you're in. It simply just becomes delayed gratification. If you can delay gratification now, you will have the results later on in life. And it's not about a successful industry, it's literally about becoming a more successful person. The seventh thing is about growth. So constantly being a student, constantly being in a stretch zone, not a stress zone. Always doing things which are just a little bit out of your comfort zone. For me, that's literally doing 20 seconds of fear a day. It's so awkward, but now I just get in the elevator and I start talking to people because I force myself to do that because it's an uncomfortable thing to do, but I do it more often. And it's also doing the rejection therapy and stuff like that. And it's just like, the more that you become uncomfortable, the more you actually enjoy getting out of your comfort zone, because you just see different parts of the way you react to things. You get literal feedback with the way that your brain perceives rejection or perceives a bad situation, and how you can actually improve that feedback and make it more a thing that you can harness to make you more successful. The 8th thing is about service before reward. Actually giving people more than what they thought you'd get in every scenario. So if you're at work, doing a little bit more work or giving an extra suggestion for something, that little bit of just giving a little bit extra with no thing in return, it's just a great thing to do. Giving people more than what they thought they were gonna get just makes you feel better in general. And it carries this better attitude of helping others, which ultimately is gonna make you a better person overall and make you more successful too. And the 10th thing is pretty much about overcoming challenges and self-sabotage. So what self-sabotage is, your body is like a thermostat, right? If you set your thermostat at 26 degrees and you are running at 20 degrees, your body is naturally going to do things which is going to bring you back up to 26 degrees when it comes to successful principles. Same thing is if you set your body at 26 degrees and you are doing lots and lots of really successful things and you're sitting at 30 degrees, your body's going to naturally pull you back down to 26 degrees. So it's about changing that internal set temperature. And the only way you do that is changing your associations and changing your habits that you had beforehand. And what that means is identifying where you're self-sabotaging. Okay, when I am successful in some parts of my fields, what do? Do I go back to watching more YouTube because I feel like I've overcome that successfulness, so that brings me back down? Or, you know, do I overeat when I've made great progress in the gym? Like, what is it which actually brings you back down to the level of that internal thermostat temperature? Identifying those issues, and it's really cool to understand it because you just realize, oh, this is just a pattern that's been happening throughout my life. How you break it is really hard to do, and I haven't done it 100% yet, but I'm still taking the measures to do it as much as I can. Embracing the journey when things are tough, and things are tough all the time, and it sucks, and I'm not being this big genie of hope and everything, and like, I'm not this big mystical person that's achieved success. I'm just showing you my experience of how I was 2 months ago versus how I am now, and all the things that I've learned from these books. And ultimately I just have seen that it's just changed my life with the way that I think about things and the way that my, I guess, direction in my life is going, and I'm really happy with that, and I want to share that with more people. So the key takeaway from the book for me was choose a goal. Don't think about what can stop you from getting that goal. So if you have to get $100,000 this year, don't think about, oh, well, I haven't got enough time for this. It's like, well, okay, if I haven't got enough time, how can I make more time? Does that mean I have to get up earlier? If I can't sleep properly, then how can I learn how to sleep properly? Taking on those problems you have already and thinking, how can I sleep better? Okay, I need to educate myself more, and going down that path of like actually solving your problems that you have rather than letting your problems dictate your goals. Prior to reading this book, I didn't really have any goals set in place. I was very positive, I was very driven, but I didn't have anything set in place. Another thing about goals is you have to be accountable. So this is my goal, and I read this every single morning. As soon as I wake up, I read it in the middle of the day, and I read it at night. I've got it plastered on my screen, so every time I turn on my phone, I know my goal, that it's gonna happen, it's gonna be achieved. It's just a matter of finding out how I'm gonna get to achieving that goal, rather than me going, oh nah, maybe my goal might be to make 3 videos this month. No, this is my goal and I'm gonna achieve it. Simple as that. I hate reading. So the way that I structured my reading, I did 10 pages a day. I started reading as early as I could during the day. So as soon as I woke up, I tried to read. Let's be honest, I didn't do it 100% of the time. If you don't like reading and you want to get into reading, start reading earlier during the day where you've got more motivation to read. If you guys like this video and you want me to do another video on a different book, or you know a book yourself that I should be reading, comment them down below and I'll do like another review on it. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you're all having an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you everybody for all the support. It's been insane, and bye-bye.